In this module, we'll be looking more at registration, particularly at the 200 OK success response to the register request. Why not take a moment and click here to view a 6-message call log from the registrar server. Now, as you go through, sketch out the call flow and build up a picture in your mind about what's happening. Make a point to specifically compare the second register request with its 200 OK. Something is different from the normal register 200 OK relationships we've seen so far. Try and work out what it is. Then compare all 3 200 responses. Again, something's different. What is it? Go ahead, study the log and press play when you're ready, and we'll compare notes. Reading the log, we see that Nathan has registered 3 different devices with the registry. Each registration is answered with a 200 OK success response. So what does the response tell us? Well, 2 things. One, that the register request was delivered reliably, the user agent client setting a timer so that if anything happened to the request, well, the timer expires and the request is retransmitted. So that's point 1. Receiving the 200 OK confirms the register request was delivered reliably. Rewinding back a moment, the other reason for the 200 is to report that the registration's been successful. The address of record and the contact address have been successfully registered in the registry. Comparing the second register with its response, you may have noticed a discrepancy between the requested expires period and the permitted expires period. You see, it might be that on receiving a registration for 7,600 seconds, the registrar says, "You've got to be kidding, 2 hours is way too long. I'll allow just 1 hour," before writing that data to the registry. You see, registrars are entitled to limit registration expiry periods. When they do, it's through the 200 OK that they report this limitation back to the user agent. Finally then, comparing all 3 200 OK responses, we see that each 200 OK to a register lists all of the registered contact addresses, not just the address being registered. On finding other contact addresses already registered against an address of record, the registrar copies them all into the 200 OK response. Now, this is really useful for us. We can tell directly from the 200 if there's other devices registered against the address of record. Interesting. So, in summary, the 200 OK serves 2 purposes. It confirms reliable delivery of the register request itself, and it reports that the registration has been successful. Registrar servers may not always grant the requested expires period, but the permitted expires period is always returned in the 200. And finally, the registrar lists all active contact addresses in the 200 OK, including those of other currently registered devices.